Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Michael and I have prepared a reading for you today. This one is going to be dedicated towards the topic of the person that's on your mind. So the cards that you see right now displayed are basically going to show and reveal their emotions, their feelings towards you. And I plan on finding as well some cards for your and their predisposition towards you or the nature of the relationship. Maybe these cards will show that as well. But yeah, for piles, as you can see, Sodalite, Clear Quartz, Lapis, and Malachite. I wanted to go ahead and express my thanks and gratitude for all the people that watched my who what does your boss think about you? I saw that video like blowing up and I'm so grateful that people found it helpful. It has really surprised me and made me so excited that you um, found it so useful. I still get comments on that video and that's so amazing. I'm on the lookout as well for similar topics in order for you to find them just as valuable and interesting for you to watch. But in the meantime, enjoy this one. Once again, thank you so much for the support. I really appreciate it. I really see all the comments and I'm trying to appreciate all of them and literally like them because yeah, it really makes my heart sing that you show show that affection mutually, and it makes me really motivated to continue on with my channel. So yeah, let's not get overly expressive. Let's jump right into the reading. Hello, first pile, the ones of you who've chosen the Sodalite stone. So the person that's on your mind, that's their feelings or the nature of the relationship. Okay. I want to clarify with some oracle cards. I'm going to be using the Teal Swans frequency deck, oracle cards, I guess. You got here heritage. Okay, that's unique, interesting. What else can I draw? Oh, sorry, that's like let's not forget about the Moonology deck. That's also going to be insightful for this question. Okay, communication is the key. Without me diving right into the reading, I wanna draw some more cards because there is a situation here that's making me question the nature of the interaction with you two. Judgment, Nine of Cups in reverse, and the Star. Okay. Okay, so look, we asked the feelings card, right? And we've got here the Two of Swords. First of all, I want to say that predominantly that person shows me to be someone who is focused on their sword's energy. That means they are more out of their feelings, because the Two of Swords is a card of being closed off. With the Heritage card, that could be someone who's not it's not like a friend, but heritage reminds me of family, and that could be like a family member, you know. For some reason, for some of you this is going to be a family member, but the person that's on your mind, basically that person is closed off either from you or from that relationship. With the communication is the key. It feels as though you are that person who's trying to initiate contact, who's trying to constantly keep up with the communication, basically in this connection. And either because that person is immature, either because that person has blockages, they are closing off from communicating with you, or from trying to keep up the relationship. That's weird, because the energies of this reading feels to me of someone who's really present in your life, physically, let's say, but emotionally, and the quality of the relationship seems to me like it's somehow damaged, non-existent, or let's say influenced in a negative manner. Whoever this is, I don't think this is a case for a romantic situation here. This could resonate if it were to be romantic situation, if you are somehow tied to this person legally, because the heritage as well is like that tie of like if you were in a divorce with a person, if you are divorcing basically with a person, that means you have that you have material ties to that person, and that means there is some sort of possessions that need to be basically like shared or sorted out. Like this relationship could have died out, and all the things that tie you right now are like the physical realm or something like this. So we've got the Judgment in reverse. That's also going to be like the nature of the relationship, the Nine of Cups and the Stars. That person is definitely closed off from the relationship, which is weird. But let me clarify what was happening between you and that person in the past. Eight of Wands. So Wheel of Fortune in reverse and the Sun in reverse. So it seems to me like this, like these cards are telling me a story of some sort of endeavor or a situation or a commitment even with a person that you've had in the past. And the situation has come to a halt basically, and the Wheel of Fortune reverse, that means that person could have left, could have cut off the connection. You could have cut off the connection as well. Like the Two of Swords and the communication is the key could be an indication of a block, either from you or from that person. You've had something in the past. Like this pile suggests to me like this could be the case for a family member. This could be a past relationship. Like it's giving me off that energy of something that has died out, and the situation that is right now is more of one that's stagnant. And basically in the past, the situation between you was most likely more active, more action driven, more action filled somehow. Like the situation right now between you and that person is basically like a, I don't know, like a pause or something like this, in which there is no either contact, or you haven't contacted that person, or you have some sort of shared past with that person. Feels as though this person is also like either, as I said, you or that person, them being closed off, them being alone, them regenerating emotionally, let's say, or mentally. This is definitely like, it feels to me like an ex, or as I said, like a person from your past. With the Nine of Cups in reverse, it feels as though there has been some sort of fight or incompatibility with your either values, your preferences, or your needs, which has made you like either you or that person exclude each other from your lives. As I said, if the first pile doesn't resonate with a person that's on your mind, which is like a new one, this doesn't feel like a new connection. This basically feels like a past connection that has maybe been promising one, a significant one. With the Wheel of Fortune and the Sun in reverse, this was something of a relationship that made you think about it and make some sort of plans even. Okay, so we have drawn the feelings, being the Two of Swords. That means either that person is not open for the relationship or the communication. Let's see what is your predisposition towards that person. Five of Swords. So that means for me, you have had an argument, a fight, a disagreement, and now you're coming to terms with that situation, meaning that you do not accept the behavior of that person, or you do not validate the person's decisions or actions towards you. You're just trying to separate and detach yourselves from the negativity or the intensity or the drama that has sparked or that has fired up this relationship, basically. So you are also like trying to forget, not even forget, but make your situation somehow less consuming of you emotionally and mentally. Like you're trying to release yourselves from this relationship, from those relationship issues, basically. Yeah, like moving on, like trying to hold or trying to establish some sort of restraint over your emotions, over your perceptions or reactions towards that person or towards that relationship. You could be even waiting from that person. Like I feel like this is the case. You're trying to wait, you're trying to give some time for that relationship, for that person to show up, maybe like with an apology, if not with an apology, um with a written like explanation of what's happening, you know. You're like trying to give that person the opportunity to step out of their like separation or their like two of swords, basically, from them being closed off. You're trying to give them the space to explain themselves, to clear up the situation, clear up the karma that has like built up here. Okay, so overall we've got here the oracle cards, the situation being one of a person from the past. Let's see what's their thoughts of you or that situation that has happened within you with you. What's their thoughts about this situation, or maybe their assessment. So the Fool is a very not so responsible card, let's say, especially in the reverse. So that person hasn't drawn the conclusions. That person is yet not ready to take the responsibility for their actions. And it feels as though, I hate to say it, but I think that person hasn't learned their lesson in regards to your relationship. And they're definitely trying to sort things out for themselves. Like they're trying to work on their stability, maybe with a Queen of Pentacles. They're trying to get themselves or to hold themselves together. But in regards to your relationship, I don't think that person is yet ready or yet there with their lessons or with the responsibility, or with taking responsibility for their actions. Okay, let me clarify. What are the remaining feelings of that person towards you? Like, what's left of their feelings? Because the Two of Swords may indicate as well, like them not being, them not wanting to be connected or to acknowledge their feeling towards you as well, which is interesting. That's why I want to clarify. So I see no cups here. That means that person is not in their feelings. Like that is a confirmation with that Two of Swords. That person is not in their feelings towards you right now. They're more in their let's say they're more thinking and in their head. I feel as though that person is more focused on themselves, on their needs, on their visions, on their like plans and all of the stuff. It doesn't feel like that person is let's say thinking much about, not thinking but feeling much about this relationship right now. Some of you, it could be that they could be even afraid, like they could be even afraid of you with the Queen of Wands, which is interesting. But yeah, that's what I saw here in the reading, basically. Should you wait for that person? Should you wait for that person? I don't think so. No, I don't think so. I don't think you should wait for that person, basically. Is there a way for you to move on from that connection? Okay, so that's pretty interesting. For those of you who are trying to find a way to forget about that person or to move on, if you haven't been able to do so, and if you want to, basically those cards are telling me, first of all, it's telling me that you are mentally there, mentally in that relationship. For you to get rid of that attachment with that relationship from the past, you need to tap into your either intuition, either your inner knowledge, or you just have to access some sort of knowledge that's like relating to the high priestess. Like it's giving me a hard time feeling intuitively into my message that I'm trying to convey here. But some of you, you need a new person that will help you move on from that um, relationship. You may be even called to be a little flirty. That means be open to like spending time. If you are single right now, be open to flirting and to be really accessible, like in light interactions, maybe that. But that feels like to me more of a distraction from the situation, and it's like a little bit bothering me. But I'm quite curious to understand what the high priestess trying to tell me right now. Okay, so the 6, that's also moving on. I know that. Okay, you've got the death in reverse card. So there is a strong element here telling me that you cannot force the process of letting go with a person, letting go of that person, sorry, but there is an element here telling me that you should be steadily and even pridefully um, withstand this attachment like melting away, because you will move on. I see that with the 6 of swords, you will move on and it will happen so organically that you will not even notice it. You'll just feel okay, you'll feel happy, and all of the sudden you even forgot that person like does something, like exists or something like this. With the death card in reverse, as I said, you cannot force that process. The high priestess, I guess, implies that you should be feeling your emotions truly. Like the high priestess, let me remind you, is not afraid to be alone. The high priestess as well is a person that I would imagine to be someone who's like sitting in a room or sitting in a place and letting their inner world, um, letting themselves feel, see, and understand like to 100, if not 1000%, what's happening inside of them. So that means I'd be encouraging you to like sit with your emotions, or maybe those of you who like meditating, and adhere to that theory that you can be nurturing and present with your emotions, so much so that they are basically melting and are being processed within you. So you have to find peace within yourself with a high priestess, and that peace, that level of peace, will reflect into the way you perceive and you let go of that relationship, basically. And it will happen so organically that you will not even notice it, but it will happen. If you are tuning into your emotions, if you are good at that, and if you know how to nurture yourselves emotionally, in the future you will have moved on, and it will happen in such a way that you won't even notice, basically. So that's good news, but it's good news if you know how exactly you should proceed and basically treat those emotion, that relationship, that attachment towards that person, I saw that person as being more focused on themselves. I saw as well, like, they might have some sort of, they are thinking about you. I saw that in the cards, and there is as well like a mutual attachment here with that person, but that person is like a bit lost, a bit more lost than you. I feel as though you are doing much better than that person. And most likely they have to be alone, they have to be regenerating for some reason in order for them to grow up. Or something like this. Grow up sounds to me a little harsh. I sincerely believe that everyone is on their journey for some reason, and there is a reason for them like being where they are right now, but you should be, there is nothing of benefit right now for you in that relationship in order for you to stick by and save it somehow. Like, there is no need for that. You are way better on your own. You're way better discovering that you all got that inner resourcefulness that's going to fill that place that this relationship has occupied. And I believe sincerely as well that sometimes it's necessary for people to go in order for us to realize that we can be happy and we can cultivate a quality of happiness that's really independent of that relationship, of that person, basically. This could be the case as well for you. Okay, so that was your reading. That was a little glimpse from the past here with the first pile, but overall, I hope you found it useful. If this person is basically popping into your mind and it's not giving you, um, it's not giving you time to rest, or it's like constantly nagging you, then I guess it's time to tune into your intuition, into yourselves, and to try to nurture that feeling of needing that relationship, that like explore. I would encourage you to explore alternative methods to address your emotions, and this will look different in regards to each of you who's watching. Some people might resonate with some techniques of releasing emotions, some of you may not, so that's completely up to you. I hope you found this reading helpful. That was a very specific pile, by the way. It makes me a little like sad that this relationship or this situation is overall like nagging, but I deeply believe that there is a reason for that, and that there is much for you to learn from that situation, and there is much insight you can actually extract from that situation in the first place, and maybe in the future we'll understand why and how this has all benefited to who you are meant to become, basically. So that was your reading. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to like the video if you enjoyed it, and drop your story below. I'm sure many of you will find that many who picked first pile will find similar people. I'm sure of that. You'll find maybe people who as well understand and resonate to the degree that you can understand each other, and that would be as well an awesome thing to see, that actually you are in the same boat as many, and that's completely all right. Yeah, I hope you find the peace. I hope you can let go of that relationship. I'm sure it will happen for you with the Six of Swords. There is no need to worry about it. It's like a lesson, or like a situation from which you have to extract the good stuff, the good insights, the good conclusions that will lead you to finding a more stable, a more durable, and a better quality relationship from the future, in the future. It's like that, birthing process of a baby, when it's really unbearable, and I have no idea how painful it might be, but in the end, it's when the baby is born, it's all worth it and everyone feels so much joy. I hope this will be as well your case. I strongly believe with the Six of Swords it will happen, there is no doubt. You are not meant to suffer all your life because of that relationship, and definitely you're not meant to wait for things to shift. Yeah, too much talking, but that's alright. I hope it helped. Stay safe, and I hope to see you in my next videos. Hello and welcome, second pile, the ones of you who've chosen the clear quartz. So the person that's on your mind, let's see what's their feelings towards you. So you've got the Justice in reverse. Let's draw a card from Teal Swan's Oracle deck. Security. Okay, that's a really spicy one. I love the message that's going to show up right now, because I have some theories already of what's the situation about. Let's draw a card from the Monology deck. Oh, I can't wait. Can't wait to tell you the message. You've got the prosperity lies ahead. Okay, so I yet don't have the information whether that person is like a new one or not, but I'll find out maybe in the next cards. But I want to tell you one thing. So immediately after I saw the Justice card in reverse, a Justice card in upright or reverse in the feelings position is not a fortunate one, though. Hear me out, this is not the case specifically in the direction that I'm trying to say, to lead you. Justice in reverse shows me a person who's like not wanting to admit or not wanting to be in their feelings towards you. Or this person could be upset, or this person could be like a little angry, frustrated, or something like this. But to me, honestly, it feels funny because we've got here the security card. So that person means, that means that person is yet maybe upset, but they have security that they're going to throw a tantrum, basically. And it's not going to like affect the relationship so much so that it will cause a rupture or you'll break up or something like this with that person. Prosperity lies ahead. Feelings. That means that person has plans, has expectations, has some sort of secure feelings that this relationship will stick up for a very long time, basically. Interestingly enough, the person you thought of, this could be someone you have had like a disagreement, or that person was like not agreeing with you for some reason. They might be even stubborn here with the bull here represented, which is interesting. They have feelings, I believe, but they somehow in this frustration found a way to like prioritize their opinions, their beliefs, which is funny because yeah, they're like trying to show you that they are not affected, or that they are not feeling anything right now because you have upset them or something like this. If you thought of a person that you were like in a conflict or something like this is basically your pile. If you had like a disagreement or something like this, what's in their feelings beyond that, like upset? Let's see, that was more of a present situation or something like this. Seven of Pentacles, Ace of Swords, and Judgment. Trust me when I tell you that this relationship is significant for them, because the Seven of Pentacles is as well like a card of commitment to me. The Judgment as well, like this is a very, very significant relationship for them. In their feelings, like this could be very strong feelings. Ace of Swords, This specific representation of the Ace of Swords talks to me about commitment and dedication. The bull here as well, like this, for some reason reminds me of that sentiment or emotion of commitment. So that person could be very committed to you. They could have very long-lasting, something like this, feelings. Those, for some of you, will feel as though this person is, yeah, maybe committed, but they sometimes like to sit back and watch you do the things, or watch you like invest in the relationship as well. Like this person will be very indirect in their affection, or very secretive in their feelings, basically, because Ace of Swords, to be honest, and the story that I've told you here is like very suggestive of that. That person is not in their feelings in the manner that will expose them as very sensitive, let's say. Weirdly enough, by the way, this person could be very sensitive, but in fact is not showing much. Like their feelings could be so intense and so violent at times, but they like to throw that show of being not affected, basically. I don't know who is that, but that's definitely some spicy content here that's showing up in the cards. Again, I want to show me please the feelings of that person towards the second pile. Okay. Okay, that's as I said, so this is the spiciest second pile ever. So basically, remember I told you that this person is not very direct in their affection. So the moment you turn, the moment you don't show affection, that person is immediately triggered. Like this person is like trying to like catch your attention indirectly in ways that are basically manipulative with the mage. It's not mage, it's magician, but it's really curious to find the tower in someone who's not showing much. Like that person is not willing to show themselves truly, and they are the moment you commit, the moment you like show affection, like they are not showing it mutually, or they're unwilling to show themselves directly. And the moment you turn, the moment in which you apparently show the lack of interest, immediately triggers them. Like they immediately try to find ways to like regain your favor or something like this. Their feelings. The Hanged Man and the Ten of Wands. Weird. This is a very interesting pile because while we have the Hanged Man here showing me that they're somehow like present, or let's say physically there in the relationship, like you could be interacting, or that person is, if not physically, then mentally or energetically occupying a significant space into your life. But they're like also fixated on that relationship. Like they're also as they occupy a place into your life, the same happens to you. Like you occupy a very important place, or they're like with you, if not all the time, something like this. Ten of Wands. So that person as well, like this message contributes to the one that I've told you. This person has lots of things, lots of feelings, emotions, even very intense ones on their in their heart, basically, but they will not show it. They will not. Why won't they show it? So it feels to me like this person is trying to throw some sort of show that they've got all their life together, and it's hard for them to admit that they're vulnerable. Something like this, basically. it feels as though this person, if they were to be honest, if they were to be expressive at 100% and be vulnerable, you would somehow, they think you do perceive them as less, either less attractive or less serious or something like this. Like their respect or reputation will have to suffer because of this. This person feels like they're insecure or something like this. Interesting. What's your interaction with that person? What's your feelings what's the predisposition towards that person that's yours, basically? Okay, interesting. So you try to be as upfront as possible with that person. You try to be transparent. You try to be very direct into your communication or your appearance or your interaction with them. You're not trying to cheat, or you're not trying to go around the relationship or the situation. But there is like this second pile as well, like is attached to that person with the strength in reverse. It feels as though you have some sort of weakness for that person. They might be feeling that weakness. What I mean by it, you might have some sort of predisposition. That person could be magnetic. You might feel drawn towards that person. Interesting, but it's a little difficult, a bit frustrating with a justice card in reverse as feelings. And this person has lots of like conflictual and like feelings. Their feelings are a little like all over the place, basically. It's very intense, very explosive, violent, all over the place, and it's all happening within them, and they're closed off from expressing all of the things that they are going through, which is quite weird. Once more, I want to draw cards because like I can't find a way to clarify what's the situation between you and what's their true feelings towards you, what they don't want to admit about you in their feelings. They are attracted, basically. They have all the let me give you something. 10 of Cups. Those are emotions that are really towards the family spectrum. They have they feel attracted by you with the Knave of Wands. So the Knave of Wands, that's more like a sexual thing, like a more attraction that's more like physically. Yet there is like the Knight of Chalices. That person could be invested as well in romance. The 10 of Cups. So I was really worried about this second pile because I didn't understand what's happening here. But basically, their deepest, innermost feelings reveal to me that they are really having some sort of very closely guarded or closely protected feelings towards you, basically. So there is nothing I should be worried about here for the second pile, I guess. It's just that little thing, that little detail. This person is unwilling to open up and to show their emotion, and that's probably why it's like bothering me. Like those cards are basically a chaos. Like I didn't understand what's happening there, but that was like more their feelings inside. Deep down, they have all of the things that I've described here, but on a more surface level, they have to deal with a lot of stuff, mental stuff. It could be the emotional stuff. This could be like frustration, fears, distress, and like daily stresses, that are really covering the relationship. Something else, give me a moment, like not let the sun interfere. I want to tell you that this person is very invested in the relationship. If they haven't shown that to you, that means it's because it's guarded. So that person is not willing to express their deepest feelings towards you because they're like a little insecure, let's say. You could be going through some sort of conflict, as I said, security, and what was here? Prosperity lies ahead. Means this person will not disappear. I feel as though this person has a future with you, has a potential to either like grow a relationship that's more that's stable, really, because lots of commitment cards. But then again, it's weird enough for me, and it's really confusing and frustrating for me to read those cards because that person is not showing that directly. And when I see that, it makes me question whether that person is really invested in the relationship or like I'm like telling stories within my head. But yeah, I would expect this description would fit a person like this one, of someone who's really too stressed out um to really confess that, basically. And they want to keep themselves so together that they basically don't want to seem as though they are less. And they've got all the cups, like, for your relationship. And it seems for me like you've got as well, like, a predisposition towards that person. You just have to, I guess, hold up that vision. If you want to continue, if you want to deepen the relationship, it's possible because that person has all that's necessary, all the necessary ingredients to make a happy relationship. But I guess those immediate problems or situations have to be addressed, or that person has to learn to open up, basically. And that there is no end of the world, basically, if they are going to open up. Perhaps this reading has come here to show you that clarification, that clarity of that person's feelings. I didn't take the cards for their thoughts about you. Okay, right off the bat, I want to tell you that they consider you to be a very worthy match, like a very balanced, a very valuable match that's in their life. They see you as very, as I said, direct here and grounded. Could be like not in the clouds. You could be very realistic. You could be very, let's say, stable and with your feet on the ground when it comes to like the real life, the material stuff, the relationship, the future, and all of the areas of your life that are represented by stability, foundations, and something like you're a very serious person in that person's eyes. As I said, so I love that this card is like the Temperance is all about, like, for me, about balance and balancing energies. Like, you are a very whole individual. You are a very you could have integrity. You could have like there are people who possess both qualities that complete each other, so that would be considered complementary. For example, you could be introverted and as equally extroverted. That means you are introverted when the time calls for it, and extroverted when as well the situation calls that extroversion to express itself. So that means this person has like their, let's say, bet on you. They are definitely like wanting to continue on. Like, they would consider you to be a worthy person to build up a relationship with. And it could be like they could be even a bit here envious with a level of control and divine, not even divine, sorry. It's more of when everything is going right, and it feels as though you've got your life more or less together, more so than they are, and this like almost triggers them. It's almost like throwing all the tantrums and all the things that I've seen here in the cards. Could be that person is a little intimidated by that level of like calmness that you exude, and that maybe they want to cultivate this as well. As I said, so I love that. I love that this card has shown in itself the High Priestess. They see you as the High Priestess, so that means a very knowledgeable, a very like stable, a very calm individual, well spoken. You could be well regarded as well. Like people can say that you're wise. People can say that you're very resourceful. That you have the solution for all the problems. Like you find the solutions for the right problems. You know, you are not that person who's like thrown something and they're like panicky. No, you have yourself, you've got yourself together, and that's showing, like that's showing on your face. If not, like that person is seeing that, that person is really, could be even that uh, one more factor that's contributing to their vision with you, because you've got that high priestess, which I consider to be a very high compliment, a very valuable compliment from the cards, because it's a huge card. I love the card, it's like my favorite. And in someone's eyes, this is like high status basically, which is pretty nice. So because I drew the card in the feelings, sorry, in the thoughts section, that means this person might want some more affection from you and you're not giving it. Then again, like I encourage you to trust your judgment, because obviously you've got what it takes to make the decision whether you need or not to give that person what they want right now or later. But that person is definitely wanting some more affection or more attention, and it feels as though you're not giving it. Weird, but that's funny. Interesting. It's like almost like gives me a story of someone like trying to catch your attention desperately. This is funny. Okay. Um, that's quite a fun situation. Like I don't know if that person knows that you're as well like interested, or that you've got a predisposition, or that you sympathize, or that you've got feelings for that person. But it's funny because yeah, I saw those cards and it feels as though the situation here is like really intense and spicy, but in a positive way. Advice for you and for this relationship. So don't give to that person energy, space, whatever it is, if you don't feel like it. If you feel like if you've got that gut feeling that this is not the time to invest yourselves in the relationship, then maybe put it off. Like if that person is throwing you tantrums, that person is not willing to acknowledge their feelings or something like this, behave yourselves accordingly and give them maybe like don't be readily available for everything that they throw at you basically, because I feel like this could be the case of someone who's overly giving, and because you're overly giving, it's really indicative of your character. But sometimes some people or that person is not always deserving or not in the right place to appreciate that energy that you so freely give, and that is of so high quality, you know. Sometimes maybe you should be withdrawing, or maybe like probably giving like the space, maybe yeah, the space for that person to process basically those frustrations, or for them to understand how to approach you properly basically. That's what I saw. So it should be basically, don't give that person the impression that this relationship is on the pedestal. Give them the impression, by the way, that you've got your life going, and that you've got all it takes to be happy without them. You give them an impression of you being independent and whole as an individual, and not in need of a relationship to complete yourselves with them basically. If you're going to do that, this is also going to freak them out, something like this, because yeah, I guess that will only exaggerate a little their state of mind or state of being, because it's weird, because as I said, like they've got some issues to sort through, and maybe you don't deserve to be involved in all their drama. They have to like figure out how to deal with these things on their own, and not draw you as their helper or like their savior or something like this. If you are asking whether that person is worth pursuing, I believe so, that this is a yes, but it's a yes with braces, or how do you say that? Because I've got some information here telling me that you should be giving them the time, space, and the message that they should be working stuff through, and they should be more open. They should be matching your energy, and that you should be more connected on giving that energy towards yourself, that nurturing energy that you may be giving in the relationship. And sometimes when that person doesn't appreciate it, you should be withdrawing, but that doesn't mean you should be like cutting off the relationship completely. That person definitely knows or feels that you're in their life for some long time or something like this. Know that they've got these deep feelings and attractions. That's a good thing. That's like a good case. And yeah, I guess that was all I wanted to tell you in the reading. Thank you so much for watching. I hope the situation that I have showcased is about you, and that it has helped you clarify some stuff with you and that person. Definitely make sure to subscribe if you're not already. I hope you found it helpful. Like the video, comment below your story if you would like, if you feel like, if you feel predisposed to do that. I'd be grateful to hear about you. And yeah, I really hope you have the best experience in the future with that person. I hope they open up. I hope they gather the courage to overcome their obstacles that prevent you from entering their life, and that prevent them from reciprocating that level of love and affection that you provide, and that you deserve actually the best. Like, beyond that relationship, you really deserve a worthy match. You deserve to be respected and to be loved in the same quality and even more um, that you possess. That's my message. That's my little advice that I saw here in the cards. Thanks for watching. I hope to see you in my next videos. Till then, take care of yourselves and stay safe. Bye. Hello and welcome to the reading third pile, the ones of you who've chosen the Lapis stone. So let's see what's the person that's on your mind. What's their feelings towards you, because this card will represent that, or this will represent the nature of the relationship. That's the Empress. Let's draw a card from the Teal Swans Oracle deck. And that's really weird, but interesting nonetheless. Let's continue on with the Monology card. Okay, that's interesting. So the feelings of that person seem to gravitate towards the Empress card, which for me, honestly, like with a good enough and this representation as well, this person has a very nurturing aura, or has very nurturing or very feely, if not even like, this could be like a romance story, because the feelings of that person are very complex, are very nurturing, as I said, because the Empress, when the Empress loves, it's really a deep love. It's something that's not... Remember that the Empress card represents and unifies all the court cards. That's basically the Queen of Cups, the Queen of Pentacles, Swords, and Wands. That for me is a huge interesting sign that this person has lots of feelings, or very, if not let's say lots of feelings, this person has a very high quality or a very complex quality of feeling or feeling towards you, which is quite interesting. Return to source. So that person definitely has some sort of very deep, if not cravings, or not even like a very deep sense of longing or a desire to connect or to establish some sort of intimacy with you. And with a you're good enough, that person is readily available, like to nurture and give you that love that's more maternal, like, which is interesting. If this is the case of a masculine person, like if this is a male, keep in mind that this could be like the emperor, but emperor here, like I want to flip that thing. This could be the case if this is a man, of someone who truly craves intimacy with you, or has very deep or very strong magnetic attachment, something like this, or they feel very drawn towards you. And they're like giving, like they want to give you that life, they want to give you that space, and they want to give all the world to you, something like this. What is this? This is crazy. But those are very noble energies. Those are very complex and deep stuff that's showing in the cards, basically, which is very weird and interesting and exciting at the same time. I don't know who's that person, but they've got their eye on you, and that's for sure. If not an attachment or a connection or like a craving, even like. So for some of you, this could be even like very like a desperate like call, like something this person could try to draw you in the relationship, which is very weird because I think it's like my first time when I see such an intense need, such an intense display of affection or desire to show affection. Like this person has desire, that's for sure. Desire for you. Let me see. What can I... Oh, okay, let me open up more cards about their feelings towards you. So there is a sort of... okay, second card telling me the same thing. So there is a strong feeling of impatience. Like this person is not... doesn't want to wait. Has wants all the things at once with you. Like wants the relationship to blossom like all at once. Like there is a strong feeling of not wanting to wait, like in regards to this relationship. Okay, so weird enough as well, like this person can have their life going, and at the same time they might have as of equal of a priority to think about you. This person is thinking about you big time. You are on this person's mind big time. I'm trying to see whether like this is like healthy, because it's a little scary that that person has so much, like, I don't want to exaggerate, of course, but in the feelings there is a strong need for you, there is a strong want or a desire to be with you. Oh, and by the way, it could be you that's represented here. Like you could be that person represented by the Empress. Like they could be having those feelings for an Empress. They might be seeing you as very beautiful. The physical exterior aspect is very like it's crazily divinely beautiful. It's like some sort of in their head it feels as though they are looking at some sort of like a dream. It's almost like dreamy or something like this. It's almost like it's too good to be true. Something like this. The third pile, sorry, has a strong element of beautiful physical appearance, or that, and you having like the proper way to care for yourselves or how you look, that you seem to be very... it's not even seem, because that's not the word that I'm trying to say. You look very beautiful, and it's really those details and those like small intricate qualities or traits that make you so like alluringly attractive or something like it's almost like a fairy tale, something like this, of feeling when I try to look and submerge myself into the way they perceive you. There is a strong feeling of wanting to reconnect, or yeah, if that's a person from the past, trust me, this person is thinking about you, hasn't forgotten about you, because yeah, it's really very hard to forget something like this. It's almost giving me that feeling when you are it's almost like you've taken some sort of let's say medicine or whatever it is, like substance, and all of a sudden your perception is skewed and you're like under that impression that things are like out of this world beautiful. This person definitely has something like this. I hope I'm not exaggerating, but this is really really funny to look in the cards, because the call for, or recall, sorry, the reunite with source is like a very intense card for me as of feelings, and I feel a fixation here with the cards. I don't know who is that, but that person is definitely like hooked on you. That was their feelings. What are their thoughts about you? You might be playing an unavailable person, like you might be that person who's not trying to show lots of interest, and they are thinking about your unavailability basically. So we've got the Chariot as well. They might think about a way to actually show themselves into your into your life. They plan on making a move basically, and they try to think how they can make that move without them being rejected, or without them being like very like obsessed about this situation basically. They want to show you that they really care. They want to show you sincerely that they've got all of those feelings towards you, and they are thinking about a plan, for example, to show it in a very discreet manner, but that discreet manner will, in their plan, provide them with a proper display of all the appreciation of all the beautiful like feelings that they've got for you. They want to show all of that, but they don't want to be too much like too, let's say, clingy. Yeah, as I said, this person is hooked on you. Like this feels to me like it makes me think of a situation that's like going on a degree that's like less healthy, but definitely here this person is like thinking, to say the least. Okay. What's your take on that person? I want to see that. What's your take on that person? You're closed off, that's for sure. Like you wanna show some sort of like you a sign that you are like open to discussion, or let's say open to interactions with that person. But overall, like the higher percentage shows me that you're really like in your comfort zone, you're closed off from them, you're not willing to like give them the attention, the interest, the all of that. Why? Because the Two of Swords. The Two of Swords is a closed off card, closed off from communication. If this is a past person, this could be like a no contact for some reason situation, if you've blocked them or something like this. By the way, this story, if this is a past person, could be indicative of someone who hasn't moved on, who's constantly revisiting the past, or revisiting their memories about you, but in a very rosy glasses type of manner or vision. You're in your comfort zone, you're unwilling to let go of your independence, of your needs, and you're like on the lookout for this relationship, but yet you're not so ready to like step in it fully. Yeah, as I said, so you can have that relationship on the run, but you're invested somewhere else. Like, I don't see you as being available, and that person definitely feels that like you're not, like you're most likely occupied with things on your own. I don't see you as reciprocating that level of like affection that person is giving you, or that you don't like to jump right into this relationship with all those intense feelings, because you like things to be stable, you like things to be controlled, and to let them evolve and continue on growing like in a very natural and organic manner. Like, you don't like explosive displays of affection or something like this. You like for things to be more in a controlled state, something like this. No need for explosive displays of affection when you really value a very stable and committed relationship that's based not only on those feelings but on other stuff as well. That's what I saw in the cards. Let's see. What else can I draw about? So those were like feelings. So weird because the thoughts and feelings are so intertwined here, and it makes me like, gives me a hard time to remember every question that I have said here. What should you do about this relationship? You've got the white card, which is quite interesting. So I'm going to set this aside. The white card specifically tells me that there is nothing set in stone. There is like, you are right now in such a place in time in this relationship that you have all the decisions or all the possible scenarios in which you can like evolve that situation. Like, there is no determination here that's ruling this situation. That means there are yet many outcomes that can show themselves in regards to how you will behave next, or how you will structure your relationships, your decisions towards this relationship. I asked what you should do about this relationship. So there is no need to hurry, basically. There is no need to jump with your head right into this relationship, and if you definitely feel like this is not the time, then this is not the time, and it's all right to honor that feeling. That doesn't mean that you are like closing off or giving up on that relationship. With the Ace of Cups, that is a strong encouragement to like keep that person in your life, but basically don't fall for their like displays of explosive like needs or affections, because that's not what you should be like. You should receive a quality of love that's more stable, that's more like let's say realistic, and that doesn't mean like this relationship can't grow into that, but for now I feel as though you need to give that relationship a break, or that you need to take your time in order to like concentrate on maybe yourselves and give yourselves the energy that's necessary for you to blossom. Yeah, basically the star is in reverse. So there is no need to be responsible for the level of affection or love that person is maybe trying to show you. When someone loves you, that makes you in no way or shape or form responsible for their feelings. That's all right if they love you, but a commitment with a person is basically something that goes from both sides, and you cannot force that, you cannot accelerate that. Um, if you feel like your intuition is telling you not to step in that relationship, that's a strong no, at least for now, because I don't see the cards here suggesting that you should be jumping right into the relationship, and I feel as though you might be the wise one and realize that you shouldn't be. At least, as I said right now, give that person availability, but not in such an intense way. As I said, their hyperfixation makes you in no way responsible for the relationship or something like this. I don't know if you've drawn, like, you thought of that person, like, first of all, if it resonated. I don't even know if you're aware of those dynamics that are going under um, in the background, because with one card showing me like this one, I guess, like the Six of Cups, that person is in the exterior, like, world could be very well put and is not showing themselves very clearly, but in their mind, in their like deepest corners of their being, they have this. They might have these under the influences of the devil, which shows me that they're like really addicted and doesn't doesn't smell of some sort of very healthy this situation here. Like, they should be given the time to sort things out for themselves and realize what's this craving and like what's this obsession all about. And I guess it's wise for you to not be overly invested right now in this relationship. If you plan, however, that may be like more of a subject that will be like addressed in the future, but right now I don't feel like you should be giving them what they want. Yeah, basically that's what I saw here in the reading. That was a very concrete message. That was a very specific one, and a very intense one too. It's rarely when I see such an intertwined story with such intense feelings, and at the same time them like perceiving it as love, when sometimes love is really more of a calmer feeling than this. This display feels to me like it's not really what you need right now, but who knows? I want to see the future outlook on this relationship. So this has a potential, basically. It has a potential, but all that it depends on is your decision. So you have to trust yourselves enough to take the decision in whichever direction that you want to, basically. So that feels to me like this can arise and can grow into a Ten of Cups, but it's all up to you to decide whether you feel safe, whether you feel connected, or whether the timing is right for you to advance in this relationship. The spotlight is basically on you, the decision as well. This has the potential to grow into something more, but it all depends on you. It all depends on the High Priestess. It all depends on your basically decision. So that was your reading. Thank you so much for watching. I hope it resonated. I hope you found some clarity around this situation with that person. Stay safe. Listen to your intuition, especially with the High Priestess for this situation. And remember that you are the priority. Your feelings, your ideas, your decisions, and your opinions matter the most, no matter how much love someone gives to you. You are to be prioritized because you live with yourselves. I hope to see you in the next videos. I'm open to receiving like comments if you feel like you want to share. Definitely like the video for it to be spread across the YouTube. I'd be grateful for that. That's all up to you, of course. No pressure. And yeah, stay safe, and I hope to see you in my next videos. Bye! Hello and welcome to the reading fourth pile. The ones of you who've chosen the Malachite stone, this is going to be the person that's on your mind and their feelings, or the nature of the relationship. Three of Cups. Okay, Three of Cups is more of a card of friendships, but don't be afraid. If that's like a situation that's more a romantic one, then I'll make sure to ask the questions to be to know that whether this is a friendship or love situation. Let's draw a card from the Monology deck to see what it will show. You've got what do you need to release, okay? And from the Teal Swans frequency deck, you've got a plumb, okay. That's a really, usually I know words in English, but this one is like a question mark for me. I wanna give myself a moment to read what it means. Okay, so this situation, this card is talking about confidence and boldness. Okay. This person that's on your mind right now as a Three of Cups tells me that they enjoy spending time with you. They enjoy the connection. They have those feelings when you have fun with someone and you really appreciate their presence. And it's all about like the quality time. It's all about you having fun and enjoying time spent together. That's also like a card that would be considered for me a celebratory card, like celebrations. It could be as well, this person enjoys emotional connections with you, or enjoys like the, as I said, like quality time spent together. Let's clarify what's specifically in their feelings towards you. So this person's feelings are like more long term, let's say. Like what I mean by that, this person might not be very expressive, let's say, or their feelings are not very apparent with the Knight of Pentacles, but the way they conduct themselves in the relationship is more constructive and hinting towards a long-term thing, you know? The feelings that they've got for you are of those people that are like keeping an eye on you and planning on what's to come in the relationship. Like, this could be very stable feelings. This could be feelings that are this could be even the case, you know, when you have a friend and you know them so much and you have so much in common that you almost make the assumption, is that person more than a friend? Like, this situation begs the question, if you are friends with a person and you are not sure what's this relationship, what are they up to, where this relationship is going, it feels as though this person is thinking or feeling some sort of inclination towards the future of building more. Like, what is going to happen if I'm open to the possibility that this relationship will grow, basically. So the fourth pile is all about a friendship situation that's growing into like a romantic situation. That could be the case, or this is like future, like thought, a future predisposition they've got. At the same time, this person is very in the moment. The message or the perception that you will have with a person will be like, this one is not committed, like this one has nothing specific in stock for me, or that they don't plan on making a move or something like this. But this is all exterior image, you know. It feels as though they don't want to show you that they're like attached or something like this. They don't want to take on the pressure of the relationship, it being like, you know, if you've got a friend and you have in plans to like advance, then you may have or may encounter that fear of you not wanting to ruin the relationship, and this could be the case for that person, of them not wanting to complicate things or to not destroy the friendship because of advancing things further, you know. But in feelings, that person is very grateful to have you, that person is very happy in general to spend time together with you. And it feels to me like a situation when someone finds another person, and they're like happy that they have found the one to like express all the things that they've got in common, or something like this, like a party friend, or that a friend, it could be like a friend you found has the same interests as you do, and it's almost like strengthening the bond because of those similarities, you know. So that person is definitely in their feelings looking towards a future, looking towards growing something. Like if this is not, this strongly suggests a romantic situation, but this, if this is a friend, they might plan on like giving you a greater space into their life, or like advancing, like if you're friends, this could be like growing into a best friend situation. But most likely this is like a fresh connection that you have found, and that you found to be very exciting, and that person is almost like secretly planning on investing themselves in this relationship, something like this. What's your assessment of this situation? You're not focused, let's say, on the romantic scenario, and you're definitely not wanting to like force things forward, and you're thinking that, yeah, maybe if this will arise to be more than friendship, I guess that's all right for me. But you're not thinking of that, like you're more just like that person in the present moment, enjoying the connection as it is right now. Interesting. What's their assessment of this situation? Knave of Pentacles. So they're open. I see two people not wanting, like two people who want to spend time and enjoy those shared moments of compatibility, let's say. But I don't see you and that person yet being ready for a long-term commitment or something like this. I don't see that from your side, and I don't see that definitely as well from their side. What are they thinking about you? So they find you as a very, they found you to be very strong as an individual. You might possess a strength or of character. It could be as well like physical strength. You are very like calm, but when the time calls, you could be very let's say protective of your boundaries, and you can be like aggressive when the time calls. You definitely don't like to be treated let's say in a manner that's not respecting your integrity, let's say. Integrity, not even like, I can't find the word. You don't accept disrespect, and you address it in a very direct manner, and you're not afraid to tell people that what you don't like, basically, with those cards. So the Nine of Swords flipped there, it was in reverse, so that is like not no fear of telling people up front that you really don't like one thing that they display towards you, and they feel that, they know that, and they definitely like see you as a strong individual in that sense. Let's go and see what's there. Like, I drew some cards, of course, for feelings, but does this relationship has a potential to grow into something more, let's say? It definitely has, but it's like more 50-50, because if you break those restraints of the friendship situation or friendship like format, you might a little be regretful, because you, like, as I said, like went beyond the relationship, and now you have to reestablish and update this relationship, it being like more romantically focused. As I said, if this is not about you, maybe that's not your pile, but I see here distinctly a person with whom you find a close connection, like a friendship, and it being on the verge or being on the limit of growing into something more. Like, there is an uncertainty here, like this, will this like grow into something more or something like this? So that was like the future, which is more 50-50, but yeah, that was like a little warning here with the devil. Like, if you value this relationship as a friendship and you don't want to advance, then this is a strong indication that you shouldn't. You should be keeping the format of the friendship, and basically, if that's all right for you, then I guess if that makes you happy, that's worthy to be kept like this. However, if you've got some feelings for that person, if you want to continue in the more than friends scenario, then I guess that's your decision, and it can happen. It definitely can happen. You're not restrained, you're not there are no limitations placed on this situation, and you're basically called to explore whatever fits you the best, whatever fits you best. Okay, let me draw some other cards relative to the question, how do they see you? So you give off definitely like a very strong sense of stability and independence, like as well as being very grounded and down to earth, very serious could be as well. You could be very decisive, determined. You can have that quality, by the way. And Seven of Pentacles, sometimes you might be impatient, maybe, or you are so focused on the direction or the, let's say, goal. If you've set some sort of goal, then you don't see the obstacles, and you could be very determined to like achieve that. This person definitely sees that and has some, like, their vision of you has like a very significant like way in which they perceive you, or how they assess your relationship. They definitely consider you to be very valuable as a person, or they value you, by the way. This could be the case. What's the nature of the relationship? Again, I want to clarify that. Like, this could be those moments in which like partying, as I said, like this could be very spontaneous. Spontaneous maybe from their side, and yours could be more calculated. For example, this could be them finding an opportunity and inviting you. It's not from their part is not very thought through, but at the same time you are more strategic, and the nature of the interaction with you is more like out of the blue, you know. It has an element here of surprise or swiftness, or as I said, spontaneity, as I might. Um, Interestingly enough, this person does manage to like strike some sort of emotional chords within you with the Queen of Cups. Like you can grow those feelings towards that person. What else can you tell me about this relationship? So I see you as being more like to yourselves, with your opinions, with your assumptions. And I see that person as being more like you introverted, them extroverted, them being like more outgoing, and you being more like to yourselves. That is like an interesting combination of energies, suggesting that you can be compatible with that person or that you could be completing yourselves. You can have two extremities, like this person having that outgoing energy and you having that secluded, meditative, even like thinking through problems, something like this. And you both complete each other. Like, I could see why this could be an ideal friendship situation, because you both possess the qualities that each of you like crave, or something like this. Someone here, I'm not sure if that's both or if it's more of you. It feels as though I think it's more about you as being more cautious and more like strategic, and you trying to not hurt yourselves into expecting things from that situation or from that relationship. You trying to basically enjoy and see what this relationship gives, and in regards to depending on what they give, then you're drawing the necessary conclusions and making the necessary steps or the necessary reactions that you'll make, basically. So you don't want to disappoint yourselves. You've got like this card showing me that you've got in the past some expectations or some relationship that you were like invested in, or you awaited it to like blossom and it didn't, and that made you feel closed off from the world, from the relationships in general. And here we are on the brink of some sort of new interaction, and you don't want to like step back into that disappointment, but you don't want to miss it as well. With magician, you like being very balanced into making a decision whether you should be pursuing that or not, but you don't want to be like burdened by responsibilities, by let's say ties with a person. You want to enjoy your time, but you don't want to go through the heartache that you have undergone or that you went through, and it would be really a waste of energy from your point of view if you were to like expect from that relationship to be all and everything for you. So definitely some hesitancy here, like you might be even waiting for some moment in which you'll see a red flag or something that might be going wrong, and be like, okay, I saw that coming, and I'm not even like going to continue this. Some of you, this could be like the case, like you don't want to experience some sort of bad experience, bad situation that has happened in the past, and you were like you being like, no way, I'm not letting that person like trigger me, no matter if that person is like a new one. Yet I see you as being very like you try to be available, you try to be like not closing yourselves completely off, but you are very cautious, by the way. Like, you are giving that person time, energy, and space, and whatever it is, but you are like on the lookout for things going in the wrong direction, basically. Like, you don't want to like let a relationship steer you away from your mental, emotional well-being. And that is like the worst possible scenario for this pile, basically. I want to draw some cards that will represent them. They're not hurrying, by the way. They are not like very invested in that. Like they're more like Philly. I want to be in that situation, relationship. If it's like bringing me emotions, fresh emotions, if it's distracting me maybe from my reality or something like this. They have a thought, as I said, of potential commitment, but at the same time they are not giving that thought much of an importance right now. They might be as well testing the waters, by the way, but overall their independence, their recognition, their like life, their self-importance is yet on the first place. And like maybe that's okay. Maybe you don't seek right now to be like caught in a relationship right now that's going to like steer you up or something like this. I see both of you taking your time, enjoying the moment. Trust me, if this situation is to be evolved into the Ten of Cups, some contemplation and basically some wisdom is necessary here in order for you to fit everything every situation, to give that person the direction of the Ten of Cups. The Ten of Cups is basically a good indication that this can have potential as a family if you are asking about like specifically romantic trajectory, basically. But in order for that to happen, there has to time has to pass, basically. It's not going to happen in one day. And you should be, I guess, with this pile, familiarizing yourselves with each other if you plan on making steps in that direction. Lots of work on that relationship, even might be even commitment from your part or from that person that is not yet there. But as I said, if you plan on more, it's definitely up to you. Everything is possible, and I like that. Definitely make sure to have fun with that person with the Three of Cups. They are definitely enjoying your presence, and they don't want to complicate things. But yeah, see how things go with you. Let's see an advice for you so that I don't leave you like, don't make expectations basically, and don't make that person the one. Be selective, be open to possibilities, and be open to this relationship being also friendship, but don't suffocate this situation with your expectations, as I said, because you might get hurt or you might suffocate. It's not even that person suffocating, but you suffocating yourselves with those expectations and setting on like future like outlooks on how things should be going. And I guess that's necessary for you to know that you shouldn't be doing that. It's all right to do that. I guess everyone is doing that, even I, which is fine. But definitely like take your time and think through those things with that person. That was your reading. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to leave a like. If you're not subscribed, please, and if you want to see content like this in the future, make sure to do so. I'd be grateful to have you on my channel. If you feel like if you feel drawn to, you might be even commenting below. What am I even saying? Make sure to comment below if you want, basically. And meanwhile, like, take your time with that relationship. There is no hurry. And yeah, stay safe and take care of yourselves. Bye.